We have some news this morning. You may have seen the president speaking yesterday, scolding Republicans, urging them to act urgently, as he said, on the $3.7 billion request for funding that he says will be used to secure the borders. Well, now we know partly what that money would be used for, not necessarily building a border fence or securing our southern border, but instead, Clayton, what?
Yeah. So, top of the list, schooling. Get these kids in school, get them started, go K through 12. Healthcare, covering your healthcare costs there. Of course, taxpayer dollars going to the welfare of these children. And lawyers, they need to lawyer up. And, if you break all the numbers down, I think it comes out to about $67,000 per illegal immigrant that comes into this country. $67,000 per person that comes into this country.
And those are just the upfront costs for social services.
Right.
So you show up in this country and you're immediately entitled, though you're here legally, to legal representation, food, shelter, education.
Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to happen quickly.
And just this week, a lot of Democrats in Chicago were saying, look, the kids in Chicago are hurting. Kids are dying. All of these shootings over the 4th of July weekend. And even Jesse Jackson and Rahm Emanuel, the mayor there, Democrats are saying, instead of spending that money on these immigrants, spend it on our own kids here in Chicago. $67,000 per immigrant, that's a lot of money.
Well, it's a pretty good deal. Free health care. And by the way, it's about time that Jesse Jackson speaks up, because it's low-wage Americans, people who make low wages, who are getting completely shafted by this.
And the idea that, hey, politicians actually can contribute to a political issue if they show up, and photo ops sometimes actually do work. Right. If you had Jesse Jackson and others showing up to Chicago to put their face, get cameras out there to talk about the violence in Chicago, that's why it would be probably pretty helpful if the president went down to the border to show up and bring a lot of attention there. But instead of the president going there, his Homeland Security Secretary, Jay Johnson, went to the border and said, stay out. Stay out. We want to send this message to Central America. You're not going to get in here for free. Listen to what he said.
We intend to send you back consistent with our laws, and we are building additional capability to do that quicker and safely.
Ish, 49. Yeah. No one believes that, because it's totally not true. The Wall Street Journal yesterday did an analysis of the actual numbers from last year. So about 50,000 illegal immigrants under the age of 19 came to this country last year. How many do you think were sent back? How many think actually went back? About 1,300. So a small minority were deported by judges. At least half of that just completely ignored the deportation and didn't go anywhere.
Right.
1,300 out of 50,000. So don't look me in the face and tell me we're going to deport anybody, because we're not, because we haven't.
Meanwhile, how is this all affecting the local? I mean, this is such a burden on these local municipalities. They're having to deal with this, the tax burden. Paul Babu from Pinal County in Arizona was on. He's the sheriff there. He was on Greta last night talking about the strain in Arizona on them. Listen.
The president's putting forward a proposal for $3.7 billion to give them what they want, no enforcement, not turning them back, but to just accept them. And all that does is reinforce a bad message to the millions of future illegals in Mexico and Central America that make it to the border and you're home free. There's no more law. There's no more consequences for breaking the law if you're from a foreign country. The president might as well throw this $3.7 billion out the window, because it's going to repeat itself. 60,000 will pale in comparison to what we're about to see because of what he has just done.
Well, it's a nice summation, and it's absolutely right. These people are coming here in the first place because they know the truth. Once you get here, you get a ton of free stuff, and you never have to go home.
We'll be following this story much more, and we'll be talking to Governor Huckabee on this very issue a little bit later.
It'll be nice to hear a Christian perspective, a faith-based perspective on what he thinks we should do with the children as well.